أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. واذكروا إذ أنتم قليل مستضعفون في الأرض تخافون أن يتخطفكم الناس فآواكم وأيدكم بنصره ورزقكم من الطيبات لعلكم تشكرون. Page number 180, verse number 26. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تخونوا الله والرسول وتخونوا أماناتكم وأنتم تعلمون. واعلموا أنما أموالكم وأولادكم فتنة وأن الله عنده أجر عظيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إن تتقوا الله يجعل لكم فرقانا ويكفر عنكم سيئاتكم ويغفر لكم والله ذو الفضل العظيم. وإذ يمكر بك الذين كفروا ليثبتوك أو يقتلوك أو يخرجوك ويمكرون ويمكر الله والله خير الماكرين. وإذا تتلى عليهم آياتنا قالوا قد سمعنا لو نشاء لقلنا مثل هذا إن هذا إلا أساطير الأولين. وإذ قالوا اللهم إن كان هذا هو الحق من عندك فأمطر علينا حجارة من السماء أو ائتنا بعذاب أليم. وما كان الله ليعذبهم وأنت فيهم وما كان الله معذبهم وهم يستغفرون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allah reminded the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam about his blessing upon the Prophet himself and all Muslim nation in general. Islam started by the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam himself, one person. And alhamdulillah, the message of Islam was spread all over the world. So Allah reminded the Muslim nation and the true believers to be grateful for Allah for His blessing upon them. Remember when you were weak and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you power, gave you strength and gave you victory over your enemy. Remember when you were few, the Prophet, Abu Bakr, Khadija, Ali, were few people. And mashallah, at the time of the Prophet, became millions. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, don't forget that, remember that. Who did help you to be the victorious? Who did help you that your religion to be the most powerful religion? Remember when you were afraid that men, means other men, might kidnap you. Yes, at the time before, in the pre-Islamic era, tyranny, persecution, transgression spread. Any strong tribe can defeat the weak one. So it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made Muslims the most powerful people in the world. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So Allah remembers that, what about if I assign for you some people to kidnap you? Now, Alhamdulillah, you have power, you have state, you have government, you have a lot of followers. Arabs were the weakest of the weak at that time. The most greatest civilization at that time, do you remember? The civilization of Persian and Roman. Arabs, they have nothing at that time. But by Islam, Allah made this area and these people the most strongest people. Arabs were the weakest of the weak, had the toughest life. There is no security. There is no civilization. There is no knowledge. There is nothing. Those who lived among them lived in misery. Those who died went to the fire because they were idolaters. They worshipped idols. They were being eaten up. They used to eat the dead animal. They live in transgression, dictatorship. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, who give you that power, who give you this authority? And who enlighten your heart with the light of faith and knowledge? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who gave them that. Next verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, before we go to the next verse, Allah said, فَآوَاكُمْ. You know what's آوَاكُمْ? Who's the one secure you? Who's the one who provides you with security? Who's the one who provides you with safety? Who's the one who provides you with a lot of blessing rather than Allah? No one but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah said that you might be grateful to Allah. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تخونوا الله. Oh, you believe? Betray not Allah, nor His Messenger, nor betray knowingly your amanat. What's the amanat? The word of amanat in Arabic means trust, plural, right? The singular is amana. Plural, amanat. What does Allah mean with amanat? Your vision is aman. Your hearing is aman. Your brain is aman. Your tongue is aman. Your private part is aman. Your life, your time is aman. Your wealth is aman. Your wife is aman. Your children, aman. What that means, Allah will question you about all the blessings that He gave you. Your vision, your hearing, your tongue, your brain, your heart, private part, your money, your time, your children, wife, parents. This is amanat. This verse was revealed about it. It has a story. Someone, his name Abu Lubaba ibn Abd al-Munzir. Abu Lubaba ibn Abd al-Munzir. That person was Muslim from Al-Madinah. As you know, the Prophet, when he arrived to Al-Madinah, he did a peace agreement between him and Jews. For what? To live together, united. Each party practice their faith as they want. Muslim will practice their religion in the masjid. Jews will practice their religion in the temples. But to remain united against anyone can attack the city. all are citizens as American. You cannot say who's multicultural. It's the state of immigrants. You cannot say the majority are from here or from there. No, it's multicultural. But all of them follow the law system, the constitution. Whoever violates that system, the law is there, the punishment is there. Something happened 1400 years ago. The Prophet did that peace agreement with the Jews. But they plotted evil against the Prophet ﷺ and Muslims. They have a secret evil plot against the Prophet to demolish and destroy Islam and Muslims at once. They have a secret agreement with the idolaters in Mecca and many different tribes all over Arabia. What do you think? Muhammad came, he wants to change that religion, he wants to do that, we want to kill him, what are we going to do? This. There you go. That time, Medina was blockaded by the Jews who lived with the Prophet, idolaters from Mecca, and many different tribes. Not only that, among Muslim people there were hypocrites. They abandoned the Prophet, not supporting themselves, their lives. They flee from the battlefield, and the Prophet ﷺ remained strong with some people who were true believers. And alhamdulillah, Allah comforts the believer. Don't worry, I'm there. I'm your sufficient. I'm sufficient for you. This is a message for us. Could you imagine that situation? If you are a Medina citizen at that time with the Prophet, and it was blockaded, and the enemy with their weapon at the border everywhere, and there is no way to escape, what are you going to do? The true believer pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, seeking His help, and Allah said, don't worry. And the Prophet ﷺ was sure that Allah will give him victory. When Salman suggested to dig the ditch around Al-Madinah, and the Prophet ﷺ said, Wallahi, I see Allah's victory as I see every one of you. I have no doubt. Not only these people, no. Inshallah, we're going to defeat, we're going to reach Persia, we're going to reach Rome. At that moment, what happened? One of Allah's soldiers, you know what is it? The wind. Wind. Allah sent the wind. The wind took off their tents, extinguished the fire. They cannot cook. Without cooking, how are they going to eat? Without eating, how are they going to fight? For a few days, they cannot cook anything because very strong wind, violent wind. And Allah revealed the Quran. Another time Allah said, remember Allah's blessing upon you, O believer. When all troops came from all over Arabia, surrounded you, blockaded your city, and we sent our soldier. You don't know what our soldier was. Allah said, was the wind. فَأَرْسَلْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ رِيحًا وَجُنُودًا لَمْ تَرَوْا. They came from above you, from down, from here, from there, until the hypocrite's heart reached the throat because of fear, because of error and terror. And the hypocrite think that they're going to be distracted. But the true believer remains strong. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent them back home. The enemy were sent home without any kind of fights. What the Prophet ﷺ should do with the Jews that he did a peace agreement with. You broke the covenant, no way to stay. Should leave. You should leave. Before the Prophet judged between him and them, the Prophet had a counseling, had a meeting with the great Sahaba. Sa'd ibn Mu'adh. This is another great story. Sa'd ibn Mu'adh, brothers, was Muslim, you know, for how many years? 6 years. He embraced Islam when he was 30 years old, died when he's 36. How many years? He had a good relation with the Jews. So the Prophet took the Muslim troops, the Muslim army, and blockaded their fortresses. They built fortress, a hisn, for no one can reach them, for no one can fight them and kill them. And they have all the logistic things that they need: food, medication, water, everything, for a year. So the Prophet stayed, blockaded them for a month, and they don't give up. At that moment they sent a message to the Prophet, they said, we accept Sa'd to judge between us and you. As I told you, Sa'd had a good relation with the Jews before Islam and after. And he's Muslim. Good. And you know what the Prophet ﷺ said to Sa'd? I will accept your judgment. I trust you. Go ahead. And he said, will my judgment apply? Going to be true? He said, absolutely. 100%. Whatever you judge, approved. Approved in advance. So the Prophet, Sa'd said, he brought some from them and the Prophet, he said, oh Prophet, whoever went to the battlefield from the Jews with his weapon to fight us should be killed. Their money should be taken. You know what the Prophet ﷺ said? This is exactly Allah's judgment. Go back to Abu Lubaba. Remember? Abu Lubaba attended a gathering. He had a good relation with the Jews. He's Muslim. Abu Lubaba Muslim. He went there for some business. They asked him, we are scared. What your Prophet going to do with us? He didn't talk. You know what he did? What? On his way back, he's a true Muslim. He's a good Muslim. We need a quality of Muslim, brother, not numbers. We have 1.5 billion, but to be honest with you, with no affection. 5-6 people were with the Prophet ﷺ, and they fill up the whole world with the light of truthfulness, with the power of faith. من المؤمنين رجال. Of the believer, there were men, strong men. Strong by what? By muscles? Yes, muscles, yeah. Power of muscles, okay. But power power of faith, knowledge, and wisdom. Power of faith. Power of truth. On his way back, he felt guilty. What did I do? I disclosed the secret of the Prophet without permission. And asking myself, and you ask yourself, if you did that, and you disclosed the secret of the Prophet by doing that, and you didn't talk, what are you going to do? May Allah forgive me. The best thing we can do, oh Allah forgive me, I'm sorry. Because my business, my money, my less, right? Every one of us can find an excuse. Everyone. But this one found no excuse for himself to do so. He came back to the masjid. And he tied himself in the post of the masjid. So everybody, what happened? It's not your business. I'm waiting for the Prophet. And he cried. He cried. When the salah time comes, he untied himself to pray, back to the post, crying, weeping. Are you sick? It's not your business. Leave me alone. And the Prophet was not there for a long time until the Prophet ﷺ came back. What happened? He said, Ya Rasulullah, لَقَدْ خُنْتُ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ. I betrayed Allah and His Messenger. How? I disclosed your secret. I had a meeting with the Jews, and they asked me about what the Prophet is going to do with us, and I did that. And the Prophet said, wait until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala judge between me and you. I have nothing, all I'm going to do. Allah revealed that verse. Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, all who you believe, betray not Allah nor His Messenger, nor the trust that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala entrusted you. Hatib, the same thing, another Sahabi. But this one regarding Mecca's conquest. The Prophet had a meeting. And he discussed with them all the details about how to conquer Mecca. Hatib has a family and business there. Secretly, he sent a piece of paper, very like that one. And he told the woman, put it in your hair for nobody to see it. And the woman was illiterate, she doesn't read nor write. Just give that letter to that person. Here you go, he paid her. Jibreel came to the Prophet. Our Prophet sent some people to catch that woman in that area, in that mountain, in that valley, and she had a letter in so and so and so, and give Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give details. So the Prophet sent Ali with some people, and they went. They called her. Where's the letter? She said, what letter? The letter that Hatib gave you. I don't know who's Hatib. Get that letter. I have no letter. Hatib didn't give you a letter? No, I don't know who's Hatib. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. 5 seconds. If you don't submit the letter, we are going to kill you. Do you want me to believe in you and belie the Prophet? The Prophet said, means he never lied. Get the letter out. Okay. There you go. Came back to the Prophet. The Prophet opened it. all the plan that the Prophet ﷺ did regarding Mecca's conquest. So the Prophet invited Hatib. Oh Hatib, why did you do that? Ya Rasulullah, I have a family, I have a business there. I want to save my wife. Omar, oh Prophet, let me strike his neck. He's a hypocrite. And you know, the Prophet ﷺ said, leave him alone. He participated in the Battle of Badr. If he made a mistake, don't forget that he did something great before. This is a great lesson for us to listen. Everyone can make a mistake. The difference between the truthful people and the foolish, the truthful people admit the fault. The foolish deny. Now I'm right. I didn't do it. It was not me. He can lie, or he can argue to defend his falsehood. But both cases that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed that verse about, both of them admitted. What the first one tied himself in the masjid and he was so regret. He was so regret for the mistake that he has done. And no one discovered that but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No one forced him to do that. He came by himself, willingly reported the mistake that he has done to the Prophet ﷺ, until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept his repentance. But to warn the Muslim people, I want to ask you a question. How many Muslim people were killed because Muslims work and provide the enemy with a lot of information? A lot of information. Spy on Muslim. How many people in Palestine were killed because some people provide the Jews with a lot of information about every single person there. Not only Palestine, everywhere. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to learn from what happened in Islamic history. لا تخونوا الله والرسول. Betray not Allah. You know why Allah said Allah? How do you betray Allah? How people betray Allah? Because when somebody plot evil against anybody, he's thinking that nobody knows about what he's doing. At that moment, he betrayed Allah. He thinks that Allah doesn't know. He thinks that Allah doesn't know. لا تخونوا الله والرسول وتخونوا أماناتكم وأنتم تعلمون. You know. You know. Why do you know? Knowingly you did that. وتخونوا أماناتكم. Somebody at the time of Umar, after the Prophet ﷺ, at the time of Umar's Khilafah succession, he sent Muslim troops, army, to spread the words of Islam here and there. So they went to Belgium, and he found a big box. One of the soldiers, not a leader, not a major, just a very simple soldier in the Muslim army. That box was full of diamond, gold, a big wealth, and nobody knows about it. During the night, he was going to urinate somewhere and he found that box, and nobody knows. He kept at next day morning, he submitted that box to Umar. Not Umar directly, to his leader, and the leader to Umar. Who When the army leader took that box from that man, oh, where did you find it? And he thought, wow, I'm going to take it to Umar. Okay. Jazakallah khair. No, thank you. He took that box to Umar, and Umar said, I want the name of that person to give him praise, some compensation, another position. But listen to them. When the troop leader came back to that soldier and asked him about his name, he said, what do you need? Why do you need my name for? He said, because Amir al-Mu'mineen wants it. Listen to that. He said, I'm not doing that for the sake of Amir al-Mu'mineen. I'm not going to give you my name. I do it for the sake of Allah. I do it for the sake of Allah. I'm not going to give, I don't need praise. I don't need company. I need it from Allah. When you have such people in your ummah, for sure our ummah will be victorious. When you have these people, that's why Allah said, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ كُلَّ خَوَّانٍ كَفُورٍ. Allah hates those who betray Allah or the Prophet or people. So somebody did mistake, big mistake, but the Prophet ﷺ corrected the misunderstanding of Sahaba by saying, leave him alone, don't harm him, don't touch him. Didn't you know that he participated in the Battle of Badr and he did a great job? See how the Prophet ﷺ, yes, all of us, any one of us can make mistakes. But there is big difference between somebody admitted, somebody rejected. Now I'm right. What mistake? Who tell you? Who gave you that knowledge to know if I'm wrong or right? I am the knowledgeable one. I am this. Big difference. Both cases, Abu Lubaba and Hatib, both cases, they reported, they admitted the mistakes and the faults, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive them both for that mistake. And Allah said, do you know what caused people to lie? This question for you. What reason caused or forced people to lie, betray, cheat others? Shaitan? For what? There is a purpose. Yes, shaitan, but why?
Greed. Or ego.
For?
Or our ego.
You want to be more?
Because they seek money, position, power, because of the personal interest, right? For sure, anyone lies because I want to earn money. So the shaitan comes in the middle, yeah, just lie. You will be a multi-millionaire. Just, right? Or arrogance. I don't want my opinion to be defeated. I want my opinion to be superior. If you are arrogant, it doesn't matter you're right or not. You want your opinion to be right all the time. You don't accept the truth. Right? But if you are a true believer, you have knowledge, and you have a strong faith, shaitan cannot come to you, because if somebody told you you are wrong with proof, thank you, may Allah bless you. You guided me to the truth. But if you have no faith, and you love yourself, you love your own opinion, then the shaitan overcame you, and then even if you're wrong, you cannot admit the faults. I'm right. Allah said, وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمُ اتَّبِعُوا مَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ. If you told them just come to what Allah revealed, they will say, no, we will follow what our parents did, what our grandparents did. أَوَلَوْ كَانَ الشَّيْطَانُ يَدْعُوهُمْ إِلَى عَذَابِ السَّعِيرِ. Don't you know that shaitan leads you astray astray? Didn't you know that shaitan leads you to the hellfire? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All people know that haram has no blessing and cause Allah's wrath, Allah's anger. Everyone knows. But at the time, loving money extremely cause you to forget all of these things at that moment. For what? I want to have money. I want to get that position. It doesn't matter how many people will be killed, it doesn't matter. I want the position. That's why the Prophet ﷺ taught us to learn. He said regarding Al-Hasan, his grandson, he's a master. Master in what? In authority, in wealth, master degree, no. Wisdom, faith and wisdom. Whenever he found that a problem will take place in the Muslim society, temptation will take place, the Muslim nation will be broken. When two people fight for position, he withdrew. He stayed back. I don't want it. What is the most qualified? He stayed back. I don't want it. For what? To keep the ummah united. This, with no arrogance, he had knowledge, wisdom, true faith, and he said, I don't want it. Do you think that the other person who took the position was more qualified than Al-Hasan? No. More equal to him. That's why the Prophet ﷺ said, whoever loves authority, he has a problem in faith. He has a problem in his faith. ما أحب أحد الرئاسة إلا وأصابه النفاق. Whoever love authority. Sayyidina Yusuf doesn't fight for it, but he noticed that the whole world can be distracted by famine and drought. And he was the most qualified one. He said, I'm gonna give you my suggestion. Unless if you allow me to lead, and afterwards think I don't want it. But your dream indicates a lot of problems are coming. And he was a prophet. And he, alhamdulillah, by Allah as well, the whole world will survive because of his experience. So, such a problem, lie, and cheating, and betrayal, and all of these things, because we love ourselves, and love our life, and our children. Everyone wants to leave a great wealth for his family, right? Allah says, next verse, وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّمَا أَمْوَالُكُمْ وَأَوْلَادُكُمْ فِتْنَةٌ. Know that your positions and your children are a trial. Fitna. What that means? Your love for your children might cause you to disobey Allah by cheating, by lying, by earning from illegal way, sometimes giving false information for the IRS to make some money from here and from there. Somebody to buy, if you sell something, yeah, by Allah is perfect, no it's not. Myself, I bought a car from a Muslim brother. And he said, I have a shop to repair cars and that. Whenever you have a problem, it's mine. Okay. Next week, I have a you have no guarantee. I don't have a guarantee for you. Take it somewhere else. SubhanAllah. Take it somewhere else. SubhanAllah. So that's why Allah warned us from loving our children and our money the most more than Allah. Your great love should be to Allah. Then the Prophet ﷺ. Then to whomever you want. Allah. Because if you love Allah, you will be balanced. You cannot commit any transgression. And I will be satisfied because haram. Do you want to raise up my children from haram? To feed them from haram? To give them water from illegal, from haram money? And you can think about people you know. Every one of us knows somebody who made a great wealth from haram. Might lose his wife, his family, his children, health. A lot of wealth was lost. Many problems. And those who are satisfied with what Allah gave them from halal, they are very secure. They have a very good education, successful in their businesses, in their education system. Most of them are doctors, engineers, mashallah, because the money they eat halal. Halal. That's why Allah said, يا أيها الناس كلوا مما في الأرض حلالا طيبا. Oh, you believe? Eat of the halal thing that Allah gave you because it will be a barakah. Imam Shafi'i was invited by Imam Ahmad. So his daughter, Imam Ahmad's daughter, behind the barrier, behind the curtain. She said, Dad, I know the Imam don't eat too much. Do you know the Imam? She has no idea about the Imam. You used to teach the people eat, no, not too much. You teach the people in the masjid, ثلث لطعامك, 1/3 for your food, 1/3 for your drink, and the other third for breath, for air. And I noticed that he's eating too much. I'm not complaining, but would you please ask him about that? Why did he eat too much? But listen to the answer. Imam Ahmad said, I'm sorry for that question, but my daughter wants some more explanation about why did you eat too much, why we teach the people not to eat too much. He said, because the righteous servant's food was earned from halal, and the halal food is shifa. I'm coming to cure my body by eating as much as I can from your food, because I have no doubt that you earn your food from halal. See how the people, I'm coming to fill up my stomach with assure that you are earning your money from halal. I'm not going to do that with anybody else. I'm going to eat, but not that much. See? SubhanAllah. So, for everyone, for yourself, your food will be very delicious, full of power, full of energy, full of barakah, as long as you earn it from halal. SubhanAllah. So, let not your love to your family, to your life, to your wife, to your children, makes you earn from haram. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إن تتقوا الله. Oh, who you believe, if you obey and fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will grant you furqanan. You know what's furqanan? Distinction, criterion, power to be able to distinguish between the truth and falsehood. If you were given that, it's a great blessing. Many people mix everything together. When you tell him the haram, no, it's okay. It's still that. But when you were given the power of faith, to distinguish, to say, no, I'm doubtful about this thing, I'm not going to do it. This is halal, 100%, I'm going to do it. If you did, if you have that power of criterion and distinction between the truth and falsehood, that's what Allah said in the Quran. وَيَجْعَلْ لَكُمْ نُورًا تَمْشُونَ بِهِ. Allah will give you power and a light of faith as a guidance to see the truth and you follow, and to see the falsehood to abandon. The Prophet ﷺ used to ask Allah, أَرِنَا الْحَقَّ حَقًّا. Oh Allah, show me the truth as a truth and guide me to follow. And show me falsehood as a falsehood and help me to refrain from. This is the dua of the Prophet. So if you fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and have piety, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you the power of criterion, the power of faith that makes you distinguish between the truth and falsehood. Number one. Number two, Allah will expiate your sins as a result of what? For having taqwa, believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number three, Allah will forgive all of your mistakes, and Allah is the owner of the great bounty. In every one of us' life, some people create problems. It might be me. I can create problem for some people. Because every one of us think, yeah, there is some people plot evil against me. What about yourself? Why you put yourself, in the high degree and you think that you are not doing the same? Some people think, I'm oppressed by this person, I'm transgressed by that person, I am mistreated by that person. What about yourself? Do you have a guarantee that you are not doing the same or worse? كم من مظلوم ظالم لنفسه. You might be oppressed in one thing. At the same time, you might be the oppressor in many different things. So before you complain from the transgression of others, what about your transgression? You have to refrain from any kind of transgression before you complain. The Prophet ﷺ, while he was in Mecca, people plot evil against him. They have three scenarios for him. Allah said in the verse number 30, وَإِذْ يَمْكُرُ بِكَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. This believer plotted evil against you, O Prophet, for three scenarios they had. Number one, to imprison you, to put you in jail, or to kill you, this is the second one, or to expel you from Mecca, to drive him out. Three scenarios. So if you are a true believer, and inshallah you are, somebody plot evil to you, leave him to Allah. But you need to strengthen your relation with Allah. If you want to earn the government help for flood, for the hurricane, you have to be a member, you have to be a client. You have a special insurance, right? Same thing, if you want to, when Allah has support, Allah has help, you have to commit yourself with Allah. You have to register with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To be dutiful to your salah, to your Quran, to the righteous deeds, refraining from haram at that moment. If the whole world plotted evil against you, Allah will help you. So could you imagine Mecca, all the city, plotted against the Prophet ﷺ for three scenarios. Number one, to imprison the Prophet, or to kill him, or to expel him out of Mecca. Listen what Allah said. وَيَمْكُرُونَ وَيَمْكُرُ اللَّهُ. Let them plot against you, O Muhammad. If they have a plan, Allah have another plan against them. And Allah is the greatest planner. Ibn Abbas explained what happened. Listen to the story. He said some of the chiefs of Quraysh gathered in the parliament, the congress at home, the conference place called Dar al-Nadwa. Dar al-Nadwa, the home of conference. They have a very special home, a special hall for public conference. So the chiefs of Quraysh had a gathering. And Shaitan came to them in the shape of an eminent old man. An old man, traveler, he came. Shaitan can take any image of a human being except the Prophet ﷺ. When they saw him, a very stranger, they didn't know him. They never seen him before. Who are you? One of them asked. I'm an old man from Najd. Najd is the name of state. And he said, I heard that you have a meeting regarding Muhammad. And I wish to attend that meeting with you. Is it okay? What experience do you have? He said, me? I have a great experience. By Allah, listen. He used the name of Allah. The question is, does Shaitan deny Allah? No. He believes in Allah. He never say Allah is not there or I disbelieve in Allah. He never. He believes in Allah. He said, by Allah, that man, means Muhammad, will soon overwhelm you with his religion. One of them said, imprison him, restrain in the chains until he dies like the poets before him died. Some poets did something. Shaitan commented, it's not a good idea. His Lord will release him from that prison. And he's gonna go back to his companions. He will liberate him for your hands. They will protect him. Next time you cannot reach him. God, listen. He said, if you imprison him, his Lord will release him and return him back to his people. And at that moment, he will be protected by his tribe and his people. And you cannot get him again. They said, this old man said the truth. And the Shaitan said, seek an opinion or another opinion better than that. So somebody said, expel him from this land so that you are free from his trouble. Shaitan said, still not good idea. Why? Someone asked. Have you forgotten his sweet way of talk? He gonna go somewhere else with his eloquency. He can convince many other people with Islam. They will be converted to Islam and gonna come back to attack you. Think not that Shaitan is stupid. He's not. And he said, by Allah, this way he will collect even more followers among Arabs who will gather against you and attack you in your own land and will kill you all. Abu Jahl was there. He said, I have an idea that no one else has suggested that before. So the Shaitan said, go ahead. Choose a strong young men from each tribe. Select some strong men, young men from each tribe. And give each one of them a poisoned sword. And they would go all together to Muhammad's house. And they would and strike him as one. At that time, his blood would be shed by all tribes, and his tribe cannot fight the whole world. Shaitan said, the man has expressed the best opinion. This is the best opinion. And you know the rest of the story. They were at the Prophet's house when the Prophet, and Allah, Jibreel was sent by Allah, and he informed the Prophet he was going to Fajr prayer in the masjid, and you know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala caused them to sleep until the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed. وَيَمْكُرُونَ وَيَمْكُرُ اللَّهُ. Brother, is it okay to plot evil against somebody who plot evil against you? No. Allah said, idfa' billati hiya ahsan. Rebel with that which is good. Let them plot evil. If they did evil, do good. Because the reward is gonna benefit you. Evil gonna, harm you. Those who do evil harm themselves before they harm others. It's like somebody carry a piece of fire in his hand. He has no faith. He doesn't fear Allah. Who's going to be burned first? The hand that carried that fire. Before he harmed others, he harmed himself. This is what Allah said. وَلَا يَحِيقُ الْمَكْرُ السَّيِّئُ إِلَّا بِأَهْلِ. Those who plot evil against others, they destroy themselves. And Allah will give His protection to the other side. How many times they tried to kill the Prophet? And the Jews, and the poison goat, many plans, many evil plots. At the end, the Prophet ﷺ was protected. وَيَمْكُرُونَ وَيَمْكُرُ اللَّهُ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ وَإِذَا تُتْلَى عَلَيْهِمْ آيَاتُنَا. When our ayat are recited for them, they say, we have heard, and if we wish, we can say the like of this. And they said, this is nothing but the tales of the ancients. The same thing that we inherited from the previous people. They were challenging several times to bring, okay, if you can do the like, bring a verse. Bring at the first time, 10 surah. Bring us 10 chapters like what the Prophet recited. They were not able to. One chapter, one verse, they were not able to do so. Listen to that. وَإِذْ قَالُوا اللَّهُمَّ إِنْ كَانَ هَذَا هُوَ الْحَقَّ مِنْ عِنْدِكَ. They say, if this Quran is the truth, revealed from Allah, then ask your Lord to send the rain with the stones to destroy us. What people are they? The right answer should be, if this is the truth, ask your God to guide us to it. But if this is the truth, ask your God to send the rain with the stones to destroy us. Or ask Allah to send His torment over all of us. أو ائتنا بعذاب أليم. Jews argue with Muslims, with Arabs. So the Arab said, are you stupid to ask your prophet to send a table full of food from the heaven? He said, we are not worse than him. You ask God, if this is the truth that Allah has revealed to you, send the rain with the stones to destroy us. So both are the same. It should be, oh Allah, if this is the truth, guide us. Guide us to the truth. Not to punish us, not to torture us with a painful torment. This is what they ask. And Allah said, وَيَسْتَعْجِلُونَكَ بِالْعَذَابِ. They ask you to hasten on the torment, on them a torment from Allah. And had it not been for a term appointed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the torment would certainly had come to them. وَمَا كَانَ, but listen to that part. وَمَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيُعَذِّبَهُمْ وَأَنْتَ فِيهِمْ. If you may think about what happened to the people of Ad, قوم هود, قوم صالح, what happened to the nation of Prophet Ad, what happened to the nation of Prophet Salih, what happened to the nation of Prophet Shu'aib, what happened to the Prophet Nuh, what happened to all nations before when they disobey Allah. Allah destroyed them all, except our nation. Allah honored the Prophet ﷺ by not destroying his nation while he's still alive. Listen what Allah said. وَمَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيُعَذِّبَهُمْ وَأَنْتَ فِيهِمْ. For your sake, O Muhammad, Allah will not punish your nation while you are among them. Nor will Allah punish them while they seek for Allah's forgiveness. So the Prophet ﷺ said, I am a security for my nation during my life. And the only thing can secure my nation after my death is what? Is that my nation asks for Allah's forgiveness. So Allah gave him two security. One in his life and one in his after his death. The Prophet ﷺ said, أنزل الله علي أمانين لأمتي. Allah has given me two security to my nation, two kind of security to my nation. One while I'm still alive among them, and the other one after my death, when they ask for Allah's forgiveness. Shaitan, when he heard that, he said to Allah, وَعِزَّتَكَ, by your glory, I will deceive them from the straight path as long as they are alive. But listen to Allah, the most merciful. You know what Allah said? By my glory, I will forgive them as long as they ask for my forgiveness. You will deceive them. They might commit sins. They might disobey me. But once they come to me, I will forgive their sins. Have you learned that any nation was given that but our nation? Have you learned that Allah was so merciful with a nation than our nation? Have you seen any prophet was so merciful to his nation than our Prophet ﷺ? Don't you want to be resurrected with the Prophet ﷺ and to win? Each prophet was given a power of supplication in the life of that prophet. So each prophet used that power, the power for supplication. Each prophet used that. Our prophet said, I'm not going to use it in my life. I will save it. I will save the power for supplication that Allah gave me to be as a power of intercession for my nation in the day of judgment. وَمَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيُعَذِّبَهُمْ وَأَنْتَ فِيهِمْ وَمَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيُعَذِّبَهُمْ. Another one of our current scholars said, you know what does mean وَأَنْتَ فِيهِمْ? Some other scholars said, not only by the life of the Prophet ﷺ, as long as your love remains in your heart to the Prophet ﷺ, you will not be tortured at all. As long as the love of the Prophet goes through your blood, your veins, your heart, your brain, your body parts. As long as you carry Allah's love and His Messenger ﷺ's love in your heart, you will never lose, neither in the life of this world nor in the hereafter. وَمَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيُعَذِّبَهُمْ وَأَنْتَ فِيهِمْ. As long as your love was cast into their heart and into their body. Didn't you know that the Prophet ﷺ was? visited the cemetery of Al-Baqiyah and he made a long dua for his companions who were dying. And he started to weep. And he said, اشتقت لأحبابي. I missed my beloved one. So the Sahaba, you have any beloved one rather than us? He said, yes, you are my companions. My beloved one were not created yet. Do you love them more than us? Yes. And the Prophet ﷺ said, وَمَنْ أَحْبَابُكَ? Who are your beloved one, O Prophet? قَوْمٌ آمَنُوا بِي وَلَمْ يَرَوْا. Some people believe in me while they never see me. يَتَمَنَّى أَحَدُهُمْ لَوْ رَآنِي بِنَفْسِهِ وَمَالِهِ. Each one of them desire to sacrifice his life and his wealth only to see me and to win my intercession. يتمنى أحدهم لو رآني بأهله وماله. Some people, you see me, you see my miracles, my signs, my great support from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But some people will come surrounded by temptation and trials and hardship, and they remain strong, loving Allah and loving me a lot. And if you ask any one of them to sacrifice his life and his wealth to win Allah's pleasure and to win my intercession, he will do it. This is my beloved. This is my beloved. وَمَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيُعَذِّبَهُمْ وَأَنْتَ فِيهِمْ. Allah will never torture your nation as long as you are alive, or they love you, they follow your path, your sunnah, your morals, your akhlaq. But after your death, Allah will not torture them as long as they ask for Allah's forgiveness. يقول أحد الصالحين استغفار طوبى لمن وجد في صحيفته استغفارا كثيرا. Glad tidings to those who will find in their record a lot of asking Allah, a lot of istighfar, asking for astaghfirullah. The Prophet ﷺ, one of the Sahaba said, I used to count more than 30 times in one gathering. The Prophet ﷺ used to say in the gathering, astaghfirullah, 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 astaghfirullah. But to be honest with you, some people might say astaghfirullah more than 1,000 times, but at the same time they cannot stop committing major sins. So what's the benefit of doing that? Number one, to refrain from haram. Number two, to be mindful of Allah's duties. Afterwards, your istighfar will be very effective. Ask for Allah istighfar. Allah said, وَالَّذِينَ إِذَا فَعَلُوا فَاحِشَةً أَوْ ظَلَمُوا أَنفُسَهُمْ. Even those who commit a major sin or wrong themselves, right away they remember Allah, ask for Allah's forgiveness, and they don't insist to do it again. Allah said such people's reward will be Jannah. Because each time they commit sin, followed by istighfar, regret, repentance. At the same time, promise not to go to that sin again. Allah promised them Jannah. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. اللهم إنا نسألك موجبات رحمتك وعزائم مغفرتك والغنيمة من كل بر والسلامة من كل إثم والفوز بالجنة والنجاة من النار. اللهم إني أسألك فعل الخيرات وترك المنكرات وحب المساكين وأن تغفر لنا وترحمنا. يسر أمورنا، فرج قلوبنا، اقض حوائجنا، بلغنا مما يرضيك آمالنا. اختم بالباقيات الصالحات أعمالنا، توفنا وأنت راض عنا. اختم لنا بخاتمة السعادة والإيمان. اجعل خير عمرنا آخرة وخير أعمالنا خواتمها وخير أيامنا يوم نلقاك يا رب العالمين. صلى الله عليه وسلم.
اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على